Julian. I don't know where I felt like I could get a little drink around here, do you, bud?
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. You ever been to a family reunion or something, and there's an old grandfather who has dementia, and he craps his pants, and he falls down the stairs and stuff, and you're like, it's really embarrassing. You try to hide him from your new girlfriend, but, you know, it's just old Uncle Joe, and that's just who he is, and, well, reach for the Depends quickly, honey. It's like, you can't hide that kind of stuff, right? You can't hide the fact that Joe Biden has dementia. Most of America knows this, obviously. This is ABC News. Imagine how painful it was for ABC News and Ipsos polling to report this. The attributes of Biden and Trump. 28% of Americans believe that Joe Biden has the mental sharpness to serve as president. So 75% of Americans, let's flip this. 75% of Americans believe that Joe Biden is not mentally sharp to serve as president or have good enough physical health to serve as president. Okay? So what do you do in a situation like that? The orange bars represent Trump, by the way, here. So 57% of Americans think that Donald Trump is sharp enough to serve as president and has the physical fitness to serve as president. That's amazing for a guy who's on an all McDonald's diet, which is awesome. I've actually seen Donald Trump eat McDonald's. I've eaten McDonald's with Donald Trump. It was one of the coolest experiences of my life. But I digress. So what do you do in a situation like this? When even your own polling, right? Your own corporate media, bought and sold Democrat pollsters say that Joe Biden is totally dementia-riddled. Well, you have to create a wrap-up smear. And what does that mean? The wrap-up smear is something that is a tactic used by Democrats in order to smear their political opponents. It goes like this. When your opponents are attacking you for a crime that you did or something that's really bad about you, what you do is you say, no, you do that thing, and then you go to the press and you get the press to manufacture a narrative that your opponents are actually as bad as you are or worse. And then you merchandise that. Nancy Pelosi explains here in a moment that must have been filmed right after cocktail hour.
On something else. And it's a diversionary tactic. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You demonize, and then we call it the wrap-up smear. If you want to talk politics, you call it the wrap-up smear. You smear somebody with falsehoods and all the rest, and then you merchandise it. And then you write it, and they'll say, see, it's reported in the press that this, and this. So they have that validation that the press reported the smear, and then it's called the wrap-up smear. Now,
it's nice when they're honest, isn't it? It's like, thank you, vodka. Thank you for doing this to Nancy Pelosi. So last night, Nancy Pelosi went on TV, that same Nancy Pelosi, went on TV to defend Joe Biden. And more importantly, to attack Donald Trump for having a weakened cognitive state. I kid you not. So Donald Trump flipped the names of Nancy Pelosi and Nikki Haley in a speech. I'm a pretty young guy, relatively, mid-30s, and I get names wrong all the time on my show. We're live. I get names wrong all the time. Okay, I either mispronounce them or I forget them. And so this is like something that just happens, right? When you're working really hard, as Donald Trump is, he's running for president. Yet the corporate press is taking this thing, like this ball, and is just like screaming, running with it as fast as they possibly can through the wall. They're like not gonna let go of it. Donald Trump messed up a name once, right? That proves that Donald Trump is collapsing mentally. It's the wrap-up smear. They know that Joe Biden is actually literally collapsing mentally, so they have to then smear Donald Trump with the same libel and then merchandise it through the press. And you're gonna watch this all happen right now. But the hilarity of it all is that in this exact same moment, some Old Testament justice comes through. God, the God of the Old Testament, like absolutely humiliates the powerful live on TV as Nancy Pelosi forgets the name of Joe Biden on TV. At the exact same moment, she's criticizing Donald Trump for forgetting a name. Oh, it's just delicious. It's delicious. Check this out.
Well, let me say that no one in our country is above the law. And that certainly applies to someone who wants to be president of the United States. And many of the transgressions that the president has engaged in are about his integrity, but it's also about our security.
So yeah, Nancy Pelosi, like again, hammering Donald Trump's cognitive state whilst being incapable of even using words inside the English language. Nancy Pelosi really slurry here, by the way. Like honestly, if you were a family member and you heard this clip, like, shame on you. You're a bad person if you don't get her help. Listen to Nancy Pelosi try to, like, complete a sentence. She has a borderline aneurysm. I've never seen anyone move like this. Like, the way that she like, has the, like, contortions on air. Like, what's going on here? Watch.
When we saved the Affordable Care Act, remember when, yes, he was going to, repeal and replace, but whatever the replace was, nobody ever knew. We had 10,000 events throughout the country where people came forward and told their stories. Mm-hmm. Nothing more eloquent than that. Certainly more eloquent than the misrepresentation of the president, former occupant of the White House, when he says Obamacare sucks. Yes. Let's have a fight about that.
I feel like Democrats have their marching orders if they have tuned into this program.
Oh my God. It's like a romance out of women's prison. This is like so gross, so hard to watch these two. We have our marching orders. Thank you for that beautiful prose, Nancy Pelosi. You're so intelligent. You're so lovely and smart. I'm Alex Wagner. I am your faithful servant. My liege, you are so wise. Nancy Pelosi. Oh, it's too good. Meanwhile, at the same time that's being recorded, I mean, I'm telling you, the same time, Joe Biden is doing an event in a place called Virginia. And at that Joe Biden event, Joe Biden is making a declaration to women that he will defend them somehow or another, I guess, unless your name is Tara Reid, and or Ashley Biden. Watch out. Don't drop the soap. And this is Joe Biden's message to them. By the way, these are the people who will never play you this clip. Will go after Donald Trump's cognitive decline as Donald Trump gives like 90-minute speeches, making jokes, doing like press conferences and stuff. And here's Joe Biden reading off a teleprompter.
Donald Trump a valuable lesson. Don't mess with the women in America unless you want to get the benefit.
Don't mess with the women in America unless you want to get a benefit. What does it mean? Wait, so unless you want to get the benefit of messing with women in America? You telling us to mess with women in America? I can't believe I'm going to say this, but like the rational people who worked in the Obama administration over on CNN are the only ones making sense in all of this, okay? Like MSNBC has lost their damned minds. Over on CNN, not totally gone, right? Like on the Biden scale. So if you go full Biden, you're 10. On the Biden scale, like CNN's like a 5, MSNBC's a 9. They still have some type of logic rattling around in their brain.
And I would stay hidden, and I'll tell you why. He doesn't inspire confidence, and he's not a great messenger for himself.
If I were Biden, I would stay hidden. He doesn't inspire confidence. Stay hidden, just like he did in the last election. Oh yes, but Nancy Pelosi, please bestow upon us more wisdom. We have our marching orders. You're so wise. Oh, man. How am I going to be able to get through 9 more months of this? It's too good. It's too good. I feel like the luckiest guy on earth. And you should too by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. It's your boy, Benny. Stay paced.